live here from the Pocono Raceway in Pennsylvania. Just saw Andrew Elias doing flying saucer there in the background as we were coming live. But Long Pond, Pennsylvania here for the Blazer Sim Racing AMSOIL Truck Series for the fourth race of the season after a wild start. I think that we can't get much more wild than what we've had so far, but it's going to be pretty interesting tonight. I'm Josh Coppernoll. I'm joined in the booth by Brayden Laster. Brayden, how you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic, and let me tell you, I love a lot of tracks on iRacing. Pocono is not one of them.
This is known as the Tricky Triangle, and it is a pretty tricky track. 3 different corners. All 3 of these corners were modeled after famous IndyCar tracks. Turn 1, Trenton Speedway with 14-degree banking. Turn 2, 8-degree banking, and it's modeled after the very famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And turn 3, 6 degrees banking. That one was designed after the Milwaukee Mile. So this track, I mean, it's got all sorts of differences in it. And if you want to win tonight, you're going to have to figure out not 1, not 2, but 3 very different corners.
Yeah, that's one thing I think that makes this track so unique, and that's one reason why I hate it. You have to almost have a different approach to every single corner, and then as the race goes on, as the tires get more and more worn, you're going to have to change your approach, in the middle of the race. And coming from a short track team, that's not something I'm personally used to. And thankfully, I haven't had to adapt to it too much. But that's where I feel like we're going to see some good drivers and some great drivers. That's going to be the difference right there. How they're able to really separate those 3 corners. And that's another topic here. Not really relevant to tonight's racing, but how many corners really does Pocono have? Some people say 3, some people say 5, some people say it's a triangle who gives a crap, So that's another one for everyone out listening. How many triangles or how many corners does this track have? But whoever can really set up the most, and this isn't really a super speedway track, but the track is so long, the straightaways are, that drafting plays a huge effect here too.
Yeah, now this is not a drafting style track as far as plate racing type goes, as you see at Daytona or Talladega or, earlier in the season for these guys at Las Vegas. But the long straightaways, the draft will still come into play, and you can really get your runs going down one of these straightaways, trying to pass somebody in front of you.
Yeah, the main straightaway is a little over 3,700 feet, I do believe. The track comes in at 2.5 miles, so it's as big as Daytona, as big as Talladega. Or a little shorter than Talladega, I'm sorry there. But, you have a 3,000-foot straight, or 3,700-foot straightaway, and the back stretch between 1 and 2 is like right at 3,000 feet. So you have about 3/4 of a mile to set up a pass, make a move going into the next corner. That's something that makes passing here, something you see commonly, but most of the time they're smart about it. And you can just run single file if you want. Play it cool, play it calm, not burn up the tires, which are a huge deal at tracks like this. But, I mean, a lot of passing potential here at Pocono.
Last season's winner, Cameron Caldwell, number 12 machine. And, goodness, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, huge wreck. Pit Road.
Now, last season was a playoff race, so obviously a little different scenario here as those guys were going as hard as they could trying to get a win. But Cameron, I think, led like 30 laps in that race too. Pretty dominant performance. Tonight's race, same length as last season, so 80 laps, so nothing too crazy drastic there. But with it only being race 4, these drivers still have plenty of races to go, and a couple interesting races coming up on the schedule too for some of them to try and tackle. But overall, I mean, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of aggression tonight. It's nothing too crazy. There's no desperate, sins going into turn 1. It's only race 4. We have, I think, like 14 races in the regular season before we can go playoff race.
Yeah, talking about the schedule, let's go ahead and bring that up. Tonight is race 4, as you mentioned, at Pocono. next week is the Daytona Road Course, and it is still unknown whether or not we're going to be using the NASCAR layout from a couple of years ago with the front stretch chicane, or if we are going to be using the layout without the front stretch chicane. I know a lot of drivers were really asking for no front stretch chicane, but setup-wise, it might make sense to have that front stretch chicane in there. So that is to be something that will come out here pretty soon as to what layout we are going to use there. Auto Club, which actually was the season finale last season, which saw Ethan Fonseca-Moreno take the race win and the championship. And then finish off the first third of the season was Chicagoland, February 24th.
So playoff racing too, this format, kind of, the win in advance type format that, you'll see in NASCAR, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong here, Josh, I believe that's what it is the winning you're in format for the most part, at least, be consistent. Andrew Elias, going to transfer the points. Early season favorite a little bit, leading the points.
I'll tell you
I mean, I don't think anyone would have bet any money on that. And not only that, he's the only driver in the top 5 in points with a win this season coming out of Las Vegas in week 2 there. And that was a very dominant performance. But Brett Bennett also 3rd in points.
Yeah, this season, I said it's kind of been off to a weird, interesting start. I mean, Oscar Enriquez, the one and done, shows up, wins the pole at Daytona, wins the stage, wins the race. Next week, we've got Andrew Elias winning the pole, Brett Bennett winning the stage, and Andrew Elias then winning the race. And then Brett Bennett hits the wall there head on. We go to Rockingham, which saw Cody McCorkle take the win. And, I mean, just McCorkle, that was his 2nd win in the series. He's not someone that I think really anybody expected to see get a win already early in this season, but 3 different winners. Just kind of very unique start to the season.
And not only was that actually unexpected, but it was a dominating win. I mean, he led over half the race, 111 laps out of 200. Started 14th too. So, I mean, looking back at his previous stats through the season, a 20th at Daytona and 26th at Las Vegas. Definitely not someone you have circled as winning this early on. Also moved him up to 6th in points. So, big gain there, up 16 spots over Las Vegas. So that goes to show, how much one race can make a difference, and that's moved him now within 30 points of Andrew Elias, whole top 7 all within 30 points or so of the lead. So very, very tight points battle too. Locklear in 2nd as well, only 3 points behind Elias. But all boy blue, who would have thought, leading the points. Hopefully he's able to have a decent repeat. He's currently inside the top 10 in practice, coming at 7th. And I was talking to him a little bit ago. He said fuel kinda iffy, about 31, 32 laps, maybe a little bit more to save some. And then tire wear is going to be a huge factor here as well as we watch the final minutes of practice start to wind down. But get into the race, I mean, being side by side too is definitely going to hurt your tires, because while the corners are definitely wide, I mean 4 or 5 lanes wide, you definitely don't want to try to be up by the wall and go that long way around. That just killed your time, killed your speed, and this isn't Auto Club or Chicago where you want to rip the wall. You want to try to get as low as you can and get in and out of the corner as fast as possible. So tire wear going to be a huge factor tonight too.
Still a few minutes left in practice. Something that we haven't done in quite a while, at least in this series, is inter-race recorder. And Jonathan Canfield actually reached out to me last night for the United Night Designs New R Series race, just asked to be an inter-race reporter. I wasn't expecting it, but I said, you know what, let's go with it. So I had the idea tonight to kind of bring it back. And no, it's not going to be Canfield, but let's actually talk to the guy who's going to be our inter-race reporter tonight. It's going to be Alonso Chicano. Hey, Alonzo, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, so tonight you are our in-race reporter. Currently sitting 13th in practice. What's it looking like out there for you?
It is very hot and slick on the track. I don't really feel too confident about my short run pace. Hopefully, on the long runs, I'm hoping that it will start to come in more. But just can't quite figure out this track currently. We got ourselves a tough one tonight, I think.
This track, sorry, multitasking, and I'm not very good at it. Brayton and I talked about this track, of course, being very unique. 3 different corners to it. So how do you set yourself up to get prepared for these different corners and try to maximize the speed all around?
Yeah, just a lot of laps, a lot of repetition. Just trying to get yourself comfortable and knowing where you are at all times on the track. Making sure you're managing your tires well, especially when it's this hot and the tire is gonna wear loose as opposed to wearing tight. So gotta really make sure you are just really managing your tires and not letting things get to you. Just the more frustrated you get, you might, I don't know, try to push it more than you want to, and then all of a sudden you have a losing battle with yourself and your tires and track position. So just gotta really know where you are, make sure mentally you're on your game.
All right, well, we'll let you get back up there with your teammates, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, looking forward to it.
Alonso Chicano, our in-race reporter.
You know, he wrecked me back at Vegas in week 2.
It happens.
There's one point. He's gonna put that one out there. So if he's behind you, look out. No, never fine though. But not Vegas too. I mean, looking at the schedule and how wacky and tricky it's been. See what I did there because we're at the tricky triangle. They are Daytona, obviously Speedway. Las Vegas is a very direct type track, and Rockingham is a very unusual track too to go to. It's very technical, very demanding on being patient and being somewhat skilled. So 2 or 3 kind of crazy wildcard tracks to start the season like you were going through and get smooth. But Pocono is another oddball that not a lot of series tend to go here, especially oval series. I don't know why, but when you're looking through the NASCAR schedule, it just tends to get neglected. I think that's shown in the real life too, as they've really I think they're down to only, correct me if I'm wrong, they might be only down to 1 Pocono race here in the Cup Series this year, but Pocono is just a track that doesn't get the love.
Yeah, it's a fun track. It is tricky, challenging. Just saw Tristan Maher sliding out of tunnel turn 2. But yeah, it's moved just to 1 date now. Used to have the doubleheader for a while, but that's going to do it for practice. We head now into qualifying, so we can start getting the field set.
Yeah, and not to interrupt, but on top of what we were saying there, ARCA, which anyone listening may or may not know I'm a huge fan of, and an avid competitor in the series and the real life variant. ARCA doesn't even go here anymore. They have completely removed the date, so that's something too. Talking about this track not getting the love.
I actually guess I didn't even realize that it's not on the schedule this year.
It was kind of a quiet removal. 5 minutes though, qualifying, 2 laps, and it's going to take about the entire 5 minutes. Laps come in just under a minute or so at this track. So one of the definitely longest in terms of speed or average speed or time, I guess, to take that we'll go to on the schedule outside of road courses. So definitely tricky indeed. And let's see who can tame it. This track is, it's not a track too tough to tame, but it's pretty close.
Sean Kissany was the first one out. He crosses the line first, so this is going to start the qualifying lap for him. A lot of drivers on track. You just mentioned it, Brayton, that track does take quite a while to complete a lap, so drivers not wanting to waste any time.
And talk about getting heat in your tires. Steven Thorson, one of the drivers out there, was coming out of turn 3, the last corner, I guess, on his warm-up lap and got real squirrely, and a couple other drivers did as well. So a couple guys still on pit road. Duran still on pit road. Christopher Melton, Harold Tucker. Some guys are just now coming off. So it's going to be a race against the clock to see if they can get a lap turned. As they start to cross the line so far, after 4 trucks, 5 trucks out, Kerfan on top. But like I said, only 5 or 6 trucks have completed a time. We got 32, 33 or so here tonight overall. Kerfan still on the top of the board. William Kemp turns a time about 10 seconds off the leader. Not sure what happened there, but 16 trucks taking a time out. Kerfan still on top. Going through the after the tunnel curve. Some people call this the Devil's Elbow, the North Straight. Kind of got different names in different parts of the track, but coming across the line. Kerfan still on top after 19 trucks. Not anymore. Sean Kissane, let's see if Kerfan has anything to match him. And he does not. Kerfan goes slower out. David Duran passes Kerfan. But Sean Kissane, Kissany? Kissane. I'm going to go with Kissany. To the top of the board. So Alex Kerfan continues to drop. Not by much, but his first lap actually was quickest by over a tenth. That doesn't seem to be the pattern. Sean Kissany was quicker on his second lap. Same with Morano, last year's champion, who is currently second. And David Duran, though, still might have something to give. No, he does not. He's going to wreck. Duran was third, completing his second lap. So Andrew Elias dropped down to 5th, did not complete a second lap. Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to be good enough and wrecked it coming off of turn 3 there. Liberty Bibberty, Dawson Allen, everyone's favorite goat, in 7th so far. And we've got 23 that have taken time. Michael White still on track. One more took time. Who? We still got a couple guys on track, but I don't think they're gonna get a time in. No, Dakota Knoll, his laps are invalidated. Yeah, no one else is on track right now. At least that hasn't said that. Kyle Amon, currently last of her qualifiers, 26 with a 56.953. Still on his second lap, coming through the Long Pond Stream. Would not have enough time to set a second lap, so that will relegate him to the back. We've got 26 out of 33 drivers taking that time.
So we're going to go ahead and show the starting grid here for the Guardian Pocono Pursuit. And starting on the pole is going to be Sean Kissany. Ethan Fonseca Moreno to his outside in P2. Starting third, David Rand. Alex Kerfan starts 4th. Andrew Elias with the 5th place starting position. And Tristan Maher will start 6th. Starting 7th is going to be Dawson Allen. And Brad Bennett starting in 8th. 9th is going to be Jeffrey Armistead. And Josh Arnold will start 10th.
Yeah, Jamie Wright, everyone's favorite person. I don't know if that's the right term. I might have him confused with another person, but we're just gonna call him. I want to say it's Australian, but I don't think that's Jamie Ritchie Price. No, that's not even Jamie Ritchie Price. I'm gonna keep going down the list. Michael Wallace in 12th. Alonso Turcano are in a race of Porter 13th. Jacob Locklear in 14th. Trevor Burns in 15th. Giovanni Klein 16th. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer 17th. William Kemp 18th. Michael White 19th, and Ryan Bogey, everyone's favorite bread, in 20th.
Jonathan Canfield will start 21st. Nathan Lehman 22nd. Harold Tucker start 23rd. Stephen Thornton 24th. 25th is going to be Cameron Caldwell, last season's winner. Kyle Lamont starts 26th. Jonathan Parker electing not to qualify, starts 27th. Justin Rand 28th. Cody McCorkle 29th. Christopher Milton starts 30th.
And then a couple other guys, Shane O'Neill and Dakota Knoll. And Jonathan Parker was actually not. So, yeah, he's starting 33rd, it looks like. I don't know because he joined late. He did join late, yes. Yeah, so even though he should be 27th off of iRacing, he is going to the tail. So Jonathan Parker, definitely a wheelman in many different series. Don't have to have his work cut for him tonight, though. So rolling off 33rd dead last. 33 trucks, 80 laps. That's a lot of miles. I'm not going to do the math. Yeah, I am. What is that? 200 miles? 200. Okay, 220. No, okay, let me get the calculator out. I'm gonna go with 200 miles. So they got quite a bit of time to figure out the tricky triangle. Although second points, Jacob Locklear qualifying 14th. That comes a bit of a surprise to everybody. Only driver this season to have 3 top 10s. Although not great, that's actually his best qualifying effort. He got 15th qualified 15th at Daytona. So, and then 22nd at Vegas and 21st at Rockingham. Finished top 10 in all 3 of those, top 5 in 2 of them, with Rockingham being the one exception. They've got lights already out on the pace cars, or going down the long pond straightaway through the tunnel curve. Sean and Alex Kerfan, though, gonna be interesting what he does. He's pretty quick in practice. Starting on that 4th spot. Same with Elias, trying to defend that points lead.
We're getting ready for 80 laps of racing. Pace car is in. And green flag is out. We're underway. Already 3 wide. Looks like Marino goes to the outside. He's going to be able to find a hole.
That's the name of the game, trying to kind of get in the line, play it safe, as Andrew Elias is going to be stuck on the bottom. Going to fade it fast. Getting ready. Oh, a little bumper love almost. As David Duran trying to find a hole behind Alex Kerfan. Taking that rear. Everyone kind of stacking up now, that side-by-side action, but he hurt it in a lot of these drivers on his first lap.
But he made it through the tunnel turn. Lap 1 just fine, but even Fonseca Moreno looking underneath Sean Kissany for the race lead. Sean Kissany's going to have the run off of turn 3 down the front stretch.
A huge run for Kissany. Moreno can't even really get in the draft off. Kissany's got such a huge run. They would pull away. So still maintains the lead though, Kissany does. Running that bottom about a lane or so lower than Moreno. Trying to change it up, not let him get a draft, but Moreno using that high side advantage gets a little bit of run close to some of the gap, but not that much. As they get ready to go through the tunnel turn on lap 2.
I want to go back on something I noticed on the initial start of the race. There was some drivers that were far away from the pack. And then there was Jonathan Parker, who was like on an island of his own. And he is still 33rd. way back here. Now, Parker, he has said that for all of his starts, he does not want to qualify. He wants to start in the back, work his way up to the front. And I'm not sure if he was expecting kind of a wreck in the tunnel turn on lap 1, and that's why he was so far off, or if it was just an issue of getting off pit road into the field.
Yeah. While you were talking, we actually had a major incident coming off of turn 2 way back in the pack on the 20th position. Nathan Lehman got up into the wall coming off of 4, and everyone kind of went 3-4 wide to avoid him, but Justin Duran got in the back of him, critical damage to him. Justin Duran is done for the night. So everyone's kind of stacked up coming off the corner. And Sean Kissing, though, still your leader. About 2/10 though, Ethan Moreno. And then everyone else decently spread out by 3-4 tenths. Alex Turpin and Andrew Elias, one of the social dollars on the track. Person here, right behind him. They got 3 cars kind of under a blanket here going for this 4th position. But everyone, for the most part, is single filing out. No one really trying to get too risky for the biscuits. We got more contact. That's for 12th. Dawson Allen, Liberty Bibbity, everyone's favorite Archibald goat thingy-ma-thingy. Gets up in the wall, come off a turn 1 on the long pond straight. That's going to let Jamie Wright and maybe William Kemp on by.
So as that was happening, we were taking a look at the replay of what happened with Justin Rand, and it looks like he just called 10-4 after that.
It's unfortunate racing to get single file like this. It's very easy to stack them up like that. It's not necessarily pack racing like a super speedway, but you can still have some pretty big instances how close everyone gets because of that draft. And everyone trying to save their tires, not to be too crazy. But Jonathan Parker, that we were talking about him, has finally caught up to Nathan Lehman, who has some damage from getting in the wall there, struggling hard, and trying to keep the wheels on under him as he's getting a little bit loose off the corner there. But Jonathan Parker finally is going to make a pass. And he's got Shane O'Neill actually next in line. So he's kind of catching up to the back of the pack. His times aren't the worst in the real. He was just laying way back on that first lap. But I was looking at his times. They're only 2 or 3 tenths off the that of the leaders. So not even that really. So I mean, he's catching quite a few guys. I don't know if he's trying to save his tires a little bit here, but that's going to be a storyline we have to watch as this race goes on.
We had a battle for the race lead. Ethan Fonseca Moreno actually was able to get past Sean Kisney. David Rand had stuck his nose underneath Kisney, but was not able to complete the pass. Right now, the top 6 drivers all right here with each other.
Yeah, they're really pulling away. Michael Wall is in 7th. It's about a second and a half, maybe a little bit less. Oh, Tristan Mahir going around Andrew Elias. That's for the 5th position. About washed up into him. He's going to be 2 wide. Coming onto the main straightaway, though. Ethan Fonseca Moreno is still their leader. Sean Kissney behind him. As this is going to sound terrible. We are just now on lap 7.
Yeah, of course, it takes a while to get around this track.
Definitely quite a bit. A little bit of a run. Sean Kissney able to make some magic happen off of turn 1. Not quite able to make the move, but he got right up in that back bumper of Ethan Moreno. Kind of had a lot out of it. Now with the draft at the end of the Long Pond straightaway, going into the tunnel curve and onto Devil's Elbow. Kind of, what some people call, I don't know, some people call it Devil's Elbow. I don't know if they're referring to the road course there exactly, or some people call it North Track. I mentioned that a little bit ago, but definitely a treacherous part of the track. Andrew Elias has kind of faded back. Him and Tristan are going hard after that 5th spot. Tristan finally does take it from him, but they fell back 4 or 5 tenths off that lead pack, and that's really kind of now spread out your top 6 drivers. whatnot. Michael Oz, though, is still quite a bit behind.
Tristan Maher, of course, this has been his paint scheme all season, and it's kind of a play to the Corvette Racing teams from the AMSOIL Tech Sports Car Series. In case you didn't know it, Corvette Racing is Corvette Racing by Pratt Miller. It just happens that Tristan Maher actually works for Pratt Miller, which is right here in the state of Michigan.
Gotta love that. But you know who loves that even more? Or at least not that, but who doesn't love that is Tristan Maher. Alex Kerfan is not having to deal with Tristan. Tristan kind of been on the move, but in 6th, 7th there for a couple of laps, got by Andrew Elias, kind of left him in the dumps over half-second gap there, and now he's on the back bumper of Alex Kerfan for 4th. He's going to get a big run off of turn 1 down the Long Pond straightaway. As the top 3, though, are now all basically bumper to bumper. David Duran trying to make a move, thought about it for a second, peeked down low, wasn't quite able to do anything. Had to fade back there through the north straightaway. Still Ethan Moreno, though, out front, but Sean Kissany right behind him, David Duran in their tire track.
Race has been pretty good up front so far, and what I'm noticing is at least what it appears is Tristan Maher is not trying to pass Alex Kerfan, but rather work with him. Of course, David Duran, Kerfan, and Maher are all teammates at Radius Racing. 24
They're turning about the same times. Not to interrupt you, but they're turning about the same times as the leaders. But using the draft, like you mentioned, to help they catch up, as they are. They've made up quite a bit of time this last lap or so.
See if they can maybe work together and try to draft past Kissany and Moreno.
They've made up a lot of time. So Elias, though, kind of drawing the short end of the stick. Nobody around him. Stuck in the middle with you, Tristan Maher, about 8 tenths in front, and then Michael Wallace about a second and 2 or 3 tenths behind him. So Andrew Elias down to the left, Joker to the right. Already no friends around. At the top 5, I've now kind of set precedent. I don't want to say, but I mean, they're gone. Outside of Andrew Elias, they're 3 seconds slow from the rest of the pack. I don't know if they're just working together better than anybody else, but also look at the starting order. These guys all started side by side, and then you go to Michael Walls and Josh Arnold, who are kind of leading that second pack, started 12th and 10th. So they actually had to move up and pass quite a few cars to get there, and then some guys started inside the top 10, like Liberty Bibberty got into the wall. Dawson Allen got into the wall. He's all the way down in 25th, struggling with a ill-handed truck after that. But Lockyer, those guys are fading. He's in a tight battle though right now with Cody McCorkle. Won this race. He kind of didn't win this race. Cameron Caldwell, who won this race last season. I mean, they're 2-3 wide though, coming off of turn 1, and they're battling all the way for 18th, 19th. And they're a trainer that gets the lead for the last lap. So I think these top 5 guys have just worked really well together to make the most of it full way. But 32 laps is the number I've heard on the fuel. So good to see pit stop come up in about 20 or so laps if it keeps going this way.
And Pocono has been one that has always worked to have leader racing. And these guys, I mean, they are racing like it is coming to the last lap. See these guys all packed up together. This is camera's currently focused on Trevor Burns in 16th, but Shivani Klein, Jamie Wright, William Kemp, Ryan Pokey, Jonathan Gertzmeyer, all right here.
Yeah, Another one of those big packs, and they're kind of doing what the leaders are doing, just trying to work together and hopefully seal that gap. About a second separates them from the smaller pack of Armistead and those guys. The second big pack, you can say, but about four biggest packs separate your top 20. You had a change for a second, for a split second. David Duran made the move on Sean Kisney coming out of turn 1. He made it up going through the North Straightaway. So these two are definitely slashing and dicing that. It is going to allow Ethan Moreno to build a little bit of a lead. But the question is for how long? Moreno, last year's champion, hasn't quite been as involved in this season. Only one start so far, and that was at Daytona where he finished 8th. Been too busy watching the 49ers apparently play their way to a Super Bowl. So I know who he's rooting for. That's Sean Kisney, though, right up to the bumper of Ethan Moreno, up into the wall as well almost. Using every single inch of track. He said, I paid $11.95, I'm getting my $11.95 for. Now trying to run a little bit of a higher group of riding that bumper tracks. Both those trucks sliding real hard on those rear tires. Using every ounce of grip they've got, and that's going to allow Sean Kisney to get a run, come across the line. Doesn't peek out though, doesn't make the move, was on his bumper, decides to stay tucked in. That's going to sure stack up these guys a little bit. As Andrew Elias has been caught by that second pack. Just to show you how much drafting plays into effect here. The second pack that caught him was about 3 or 4 tenths quicker per lap. So working the draft, I mean, some of those guys are about 4 or 5 tenths quicker, so that allowed that second pack to catch up to Andrew Elias, who's now fading back to 7th.
And by the way, I think well, you of course not really all that familiar with the series. Me just completely forgetting for some reason. There is a stage caution, which will be at the conclusion of lap 20, so we will see a caution just here in a couple laps. These guys, of course, racing 4 points.
That's heartbreaking.
Top 10.
Sean Kisney almost up in the wall. Well, that's definitely going to crush my hopes of a green flag pit stop for fuel. Although that second stage, or that second half, I'm not sure exactly how they break it up. I believe it's only one stage. Sean Kisney, high dive on the bottom, try and make a move for the lead, and that might hurt him more than he's going to gain, as he's now about to lose second from David Duran, and Alex Kerfan also looking to steal third.
Gonna hold on to it on the outside of turn 3. Huge run all over the back tailgate of David Duran now.
So tires too coming into effect. Some of these guys have fallen off about 2+ seconds a lap, which doesn't sound like a lot, especially if we're doing 57-second laps. Tristan Mahir almost loses it coming off at the corner there. Are able to keep it straight. But they do have 4 sets of tires in the pits. They need it. Only 1 stage caution, I do believe, too, like you mentioned on lap 20. That's 60 laps, though, is the second stage. We should hopefully see some green flag pit stops as we are getting towards the end of this. Only a couple laps to go.
I'll be honest, I am surprised to see that we are 17 laps into this race and the top 5 still all packed together like this.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's kind of able to keep it bumper to bumper. David Duran, though, making the most of what he's got. Brakes, or slows down a lot later going in the corner of Moreno, able to run that high side. Sean Kisney on the bottom, but he's got Tristan Mahir on the outside. Mahir into the wall. That's not going to affect him too much. And now we're playing the IndyCar game, going back and forth. That's almost like we're at IMS. As Ethan Moreno is hard on the defense. David Duran has a huge run. getting ready to go onto the north straight. Not able to quite do anything with it. Ethan Moreno going build a bit of a gap. David Durant in the wall. And Sean Kissy now making a move for second.
He's going to stay right there in line.
Did a little bump draft in there. Like, actually, it got to the back bumper and pushed him up. So, one of the some of that drafting teamwork we were talking about a little bit ago and how they're able to benefit from it. Look at that run that was able, that David Duran was able to get coming off the final corner though, because
just 2 laps to go in this stage. Alex Kerfan has fallen off of these guys just a little bit.
Aaron got a couple more laps to go. And maybe burn up tires though. I mean, not quite able to get to the back bumper. You don't have someone behind you to help you when you need it. If you make a mistake, definitely prove it hurt you. As we saw, Andrew Elias, who's now dropped down all the way to 10th, their points leader, was inside the top 5 battle. Let's look at this snaking going on for the lead. Still Moreno out front, but trying to do everything he can as we are on the final lap, just under 2.5 miles to go of the stage.
David Rand actually going to send it into turn 1 just a little bit. He's going to pay for it on exit as Ethan Sticker Moreno shoots out just a little bit. Once again now, pulling down. Maher making a move on Sean Kissany.
Every point matters. Every point matters as high as the championship battle is going to be. So, Maher trying to hang on to Finn Kissany for that 3rd spot, round of the podium for the stage. David Duran sends it deep on the side. We got a caution a little bit earlier. I think we have a wreck. We do have a wreck in the back. Jerome Kent running 14th at the time. Now going to Long Pond straightaway, just got hooked and turned by the 0-2 of Traber Burns. So first cross of the night, ironically, about 1,000 feet short of what would have came, something like that. So didn't look that bad for William. I mean, I think he should be able to go. Just a little right hook at 140 miles an hour, no big deal. They don't have fast repairs, so this is going to let some guys though come down and get some damage fixed. Nathan Lehman, one of the drivers, of heavy damage from that Justin Durand accident back on lap 3. Let him come down and get his spoiler put back together. Hope they get that truck driving straight again. Jonathan Parker though, up to 24th.
One thing that I noticed, Dawson Allen actually was coming off pit road as the caution was coming out. So Dawson Allen actually on a different strategy, coming in to get fresh tires on before the stage. He's going to cycle up to the front. Dawson Allen will have the lead.
Yeah, I hope he was able to get some damage fixed. He had a bit of an ill hand in the truck, I know, too. But if he did, it wasn't a whole lot. But that's one thing about such a long lapse here is, I mean, as Allen was getting his service taken care of, Moreno was after coming off of turn 4, but they would have passed the line. Caution will come out before they lapped Dawson there. So, I mean, either way, he shouldn't have gone a lap down. And actually would have cycled to the front, I think, regardless. So if I'm any of these guys, the entire field, though, comes down to take tires, I'm taking note of that. Not for this race, obviously, because we can't really, we have no more stage breaks, but that was some big brain moves there by Dawson Allen. You might save that one in the pocketbook for a race in the season next. You won't go to Daytona Road Course for the laps so long.
Give Well, Sega Moreno exits pit road first. David Rand, Sean Kissinger, Joseph Maher, Brett Bennett, touchdown. Elias, Mike Walls, Scorpion.
Oh, while we're under caution, I know we have a lot of NASCAR fans at home. For anyone wondering, Ty Gibbs is currently leading the class. They're on lap 70 of 150. So the guy on Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, and William Byron, you're top 5. So they are under red flag. I don't know why. I think somebody spun out. I believe that was Todd Gilliland. But so NASCAR update for on at home. Little Saturday night race under the lights. I'm sure those guys are loving. Well, I actually don't think it's under the lights out there because they're on the West Coast. But Dawson Allen, just like Hugh said, beautiful strategy here on this one, is going to inherit the lead. We got Choose Cone coming up here. To the bottom or the top. Liberty Bibberty, Dawson Allen, everyone's favorite go, electing to start up high. I don't know if that was, no, that was a Choose. So Ethan Moreno going to start alongside him. David Durand outside, Sean Kissney inside him, Brett Bennett, Michael Walls on the outside, Alonso Cano with third car on the inside as well. Currently up 7 spots or so after starting 13th. Another big mover, Cameron Caldwell, last season's winner. Up 12 from 25th to 13th.
So this is the first yellow we have seen tonight, which was for an accident, although we were going to have yellow regardless if we had made it another 1,000 feet or so. One driver has retired from the event, but it was Justin Rand. Nathan Lehman currently on pit road. He just came down for some more service. Dawson Allen is going to be the race leader. We are going to go green with 57 laps to go in the Guardian Pocono Pursuit. On Pennsylvania, Pocono Raceway.
Getting ready to go back. Let's see if Dawson Allen has anything to say. Got up in the wall earlier, faded fast. So a little bit of pit strategy. Gonna maybe be the difference. There you go. We got 57 laps.
Green flag.
Lose the lead quickly as Ethan Moreno sends it on the bottom turn 1 and take the lead. Allen going to settle for second, but here comes Sean Kissney trying to steal it. Not quite, but gets good of a run as Allen. So far, Ethan Moreno to the point. Nathan Lehman, though, was getting damage fixed. I don't think he knew they were going green. About got lapped. He's only about 20 seconds in front of the leader, so he's still going to lead that, but he's going to get lapped if this race keeps going on. As now about for second, Dawson Allen, though, fighting hard with Sean Kissney side by side coming off the corner. Ethan Moreno, though, solidifies that lead.
It looked like Dawson Allen was just sitting there. Kissney got underneath him.
Those snoozing and cruising here at Pocono.
Big balls. Underneath Brett Bennett.
Bennett third in points, almost getting in the walls there. He's going to get a little bit of help. That's Alonso Chicano behind him. And we got about a 3-truck tandem going through turn 2 here. They're kind of getting to that group, straightening it out, trying to help each other. But Ethan Moreno is pulling away from the pack a little over half a second, though, as Sean Kissney is still trying to get around Dawson Allen. Finally, it does. And here comes David Durand, too, trying to show that third spot from Liberty Bibberty. Oh, off the corner. Little sideways action. We are not dirt tracking.
He got loose there.
Trying to run the higher line, maybe get a better run off the corner and pick up some speed in the draft. Michael Walls almost slides up into Dawson Allen for 4th. I don't know how they didn't touch there, either the wall or each other. Brett Bennett, though, is going to take advantage of that. Try something underneath Mike and not quite able to clear by yourself a nose in there regardless. Slides right in that back bumper. Oh, that was like a couple inches from disaster. That could have been ugly.
Cameron Caldwell, 11th place. He is just behind Giovanni Klein, trying to break into the top 10.
Up 14 spots. Another high roller, Jonathan Parker, is still in this lead pack, so didn't have the same start he did at the initial start. Only 3 seconds off the leader, up to 16th, now making a move on Jamie Wright for 15th, so Jonathan Parker not wasting any time, trying to get up to the front as quick as he can now. Everyone's kind of duking out. Ethan Morano, though, 7/10 over Sean Kissany, so these drivers are going to have to start working together, playing nice, and they are not doing so as David Duran makes a move on on Sean Kissany for 2nd, and hopefully trying to chase down Ethan Morano.
Oh, Andrew Elias tagged the wall just a little bit. Cameron Caldwell goes underneath him. It's going to bring Jeffrey Armistead as well.
Yeah, him and Kerfan both got the wall pretty good there. So might hurt them a little bit, maybe not too much. But let me tell you, these tires are starting to wear. Drivers are trying to get every dollar they can out of them. And you're reaching some of these guys starting to slide up on corner exit, get a little bit loose, or slide up into the wall. And that's really allowed the top 3 guys to pull away. David Duran, Sean Kissany, and Ethan Morano are they're having their own battle, but they're 8, 9, 10 from 4th place, who's Michael Walls right now. And Michael Walls is a sitting target, I guess, for this pack behind him. I mean, you got, Brett Bennett, Lance Pocono, Dawson Allen, Giovanni Klein, Kerfan, Elias, all these guys here. Caldwell basically rafting, trying to make the most he can, and Michael Walls, not really anything he can do except just wait for him to catch him and hopefully chase down that lead path.
This track's so wide, you see the different lines that everyone's running. Get some clean air on the nose.
Searching for every ounce of grip they can get. They're really duking it out though a little bit for the 2nd pack. Jonathan Parker just passed, I think, about 3 trucks in half a lap, as he's now just outside the top 10. His Melo 81 truck will get an exact scoring update on where he is to come across the line. But he went from 14th or 15th to 12th. Just a couple of corners now to 11th. He's going past Kerfan on the outside. Able to clear Kerfan a little bit, going through 1. I don't know what it is about Jonathan Parker able to get through the corner like no one else is. He's running a different line about every single time. Now, move him inside the top 10. That's Traver Burns. He just passed the 02 truck. So Jonathan Parker up 23 spots to 10th. And he's still got 50 laps or so to get to the front.
Battle for the race lead. David Duran underneath. Let's take a Marina. We have a caution. It is going to be
Big wreck.
Tristan Maher, Josh Arnold, Daryl Tucker, all stopped.
William Kemp also involved in that last caution as well. Josh Arnold is going to go ahead and disconnect from this one.
Oh.
looked like a couple trucks there. Josh Arnold and Christopher Melton just fighting for every ounce of real estate. Josh Arnold hard into the wall. There he ping pongs off of it. Nowhere for anyone to go. Coming down to William Kemp, Tristan Mahier, all get collected. I don't think are going to be that bad. They just kind of did a little bit of bumper tapping and spun, so no hard contact there for those guys, but not sure what happened to Harold Tucker here. Oh, Harold Tucker basically had nowhere to go as Josh Arnold came down the track. That's kind of crazy. I think came with Brandon Hinton. Everyone's signing Josh Arnold like it's Friday night.
Another car, truck rather, than Josh Arnold. Well, that'd be Brandon Hinton, 57. So everybody, well, not everybody, but a good chunk of these guys electing to come down pit road.
Don't blame them either. I mean, tire wear. I mean, they were down maybe, you know, looking at the times, 3 or 4 tenths, maybe a half second or so. So nothing too crazy. Some of the drivers are electing to stay out. Trevor Burns, who was in 6th. Jeffrey Armistead, Andrew Elias. Not Trevor Burns, who was not in 6th. I'm sorry, but he crossed the line 6th. But he's been kind of in and out of that top 10, top 15 bubble quite a bit. Elias stays out though. Jamie Wright stays out. So we got 4 or 5 guys electing to stay out, change everything.
Brayton, why don't you go ahead and dial up our in-race reporter? That's what you gotta know.
All right. Alonzo, this is Brayton Lasser, Joshua Coppernoll in the broadcast booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys. How you doing?
We're doing good. How's it going out there for you? We've seen it's been pretty drafty. I mean, working together, trying to make moves. I don't go ahead and talk about how having to work together, even if you don't want to, how that's been playing the factor of this for a lot of drivers.
Yeah, I mean, track position just means so much here. It's so difficult to pass. Even during that first stage, I thought I was doing a really good job of saving my tires just because, like I was saying earlier, I don't feel like I have a good short run pace, but on the long run, I was able to make some passes, but just really depends on who's around you and who you can work with and who can share the draft with you and stuff. And surprisingly, I had to work there with Brett, and while I don't have radio communication with him, we still kind of work together to just get around another car. And so you really just got to pick and choose your battles. You got a lot of things going on. You don't want to ruin your tires early on, but yeah, should be exciting. Track position is a premium.
Do you think with these top 3 or 4 guys electing to take track position over new tires, you think that's going to shuffle things up here a little bit?
Well, I think eventually they're going to get past here, especially when the race session was created. Usually we have limits on tires, which should be 4, but there was a mistake made when whoever created the session, and now we have unlimited tire sets, so you can pretty much as many times as you want. I'm not sure why the guys up front chose to not pit, because I mean, you don't have a limit on tires. It makes sense for the leader, but everybody else, I'm not too sure. So yeah, I mean, they might stay up front for a little bit. They might get lucky and get another caution quickly, but if it were me, which I'm here, I chose to pit. So
all right. Well, that was Alonzo Turcano, currently running in the 11th. Good luck, Alonzo, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of this one.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
So like I said, currently running in 11th, one of the drivers that did pit. We got Traber Burns and Jeffrey Armistead, or not Jeffrey Armistead, but Andrew Elias After the choose cone on the front row, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. 33 down, coming to 47 to go.
This is going to be kind of interesting here. The top 4 staying out. Base truck is in. The field in the hands of Trevor Burns. Green flags back out. Jamie Wright going all the way down to the bottom.
And searching for every ounce of real estate, also playing defensive on Sean Kisney. Got those fresh tires, I believe. Morano too, also on the outside, making a move around Jamie Wright. So Jamie Wright, one of the drivers that stayed out. Now to the back bumper, giving a little bit of push, a little bit of bump draft, some teamwork. I don't know if they're teammates, but they're working together though. Moreno does to Elias, going out home to kind of send it into turn 2, but Jeffrey Armstead on the bottom, up into Elias a little bit. As things are getting hot in here.
And Jeffrey Armstead slides in front of Andrew Elias. He hits the wall. Oh, more contact in the back. It's going to be Jonathan Canfield, number 16, this Broke Racing Chevrolet.
That kind of follow the leader, I guess. If someone hit the wall, might as well do it because it's cool. So, Brandon Hinton just come off pit road too after that last wreck. 3 laps down from that damage. Same with Harold Tucker. Nathan Lehman also, driver been involved with some accidents tonight, able to get much pit damage fixed through the cycle of pit stops. But Trevor Burns still a little leader. But here comes David Duran making quite a few spots last couple corners, passing Elias and Armstead. Sean Kisney follows Duran too. Same with Ethan Moreno. Now trying to still 4th though. I believe that's Jeffrey Armstead in the Wapash JCTV truck with Andrew Elias behind him. Elias electing to help out his good old buddy Jeffrey Armstead. Not quite able to clear Moreno. So Moreno sending it on the bottom into 1. I mean, absolutely sending it. As his battle for the lead, though, starting to really heat up. Trevor Burns going to concede the position for a couple of seconds, but not for long. David Duran on the bottom, Trevor Burns on the high side. Here comes Sean Kisney looking to help Duran, give him a little bump going into the 2. That should help him out. Trevor Burns on those older tires held on for as long as he could, about 2 or 3 laps. And will finally concede the lead as we got a caution about 3 seconds too late for Trevor Burns.
Giovanni Klein.
Running 15th at the time. Just got checked up, it looks like, for Cody McCorkle and Ryan Bogey, everyone's favorite bread. Nowhere to go to inspect it, around. Everyone does a fine job of checking up, though, and getting around it. That's going to bring out the 3rd caution of the night. I mean, this kind of opens your eyes. I mean, seeing how well Trevor Burns was able to hang on to the lead for 3 or 4 laps, obviously, he was starting to fade back a little bit. But now those guys that stayed out last time, they might come down and have a little bit fresher tires. So just talking to Alonso, though, that last time, whoever set up the session, making that tire mistake, that might be pretty game-changing for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, I'm curious now to see who's going to do what. It's not been that many laps since the last caution.
Only a little over a 10th or so fall off, and not even that. I mean, some drivers a little bit more, but tires obviously play a huge effect. You know, fresh to even a couple laps old, so they're going to be different, or we're going to be exciting, I guess, to see who does what here.
David Duran's going to stay out. He fakes coming in, as well as Sean Kissney. Ethan Fonseca Marino going to come down pit road. Jeffrey Armstead, Jamie Wright.
A lot of those guys were the ones that stayed out the last time, so. We're not quite inside that final pit window. Still need to go about another 13 or so laps to really seal, or about 15, to really seal the deal on that. Actually, yeah, about 10 to 15, somewhere around there. So, we'll have to stop once more regardless of where you're at. Now, I hate to break it to the fans at home of JCTV, but tonight, semi-auto pistol Kelly performance will not be happening due to fan safety. That's a Machine Gun Kelly reference because he's not performing tonight either.
I was going to say I did not get that reference, but honestly, I'm okay with Machine Gun Kelly not performing. I thought it was.
I think a lot of people are.
Kind of awful that he was the one selected.
So, David Duran, though, leader. Braber Burns? Am I seeing this right?
Yeah, you are.
Alright, Braber Burns decides to stay on out on the 17 lap old tires. Now, all 17 of those laps aren't necessarily green flag racing, about only 10 or so, but that's 10 to 11 hard laps of green flag racing. Decided to stay on out. It's not like he's going to be good on fuel or anything, so you're going to stop one more time, no matter what. But hang on that track position, maybe hoping we can go like 4 or 5 more laps, get another caution, and hit from third and be on equal terms to everybody that can choose the outside here. So David Duran outside, Sean Kissney to the bottom. It's going to be their front row on this restart. And it's going to be Traber Burns and Michael Walls second row on this restart. So everyone now has some pretty fresh tires. Ethan Moreno, though, has the freshest all the way back in about 15th. So he just came down. Had quite a few guys. About half the field to split 8 lap old tires and 2 lap old tires. And then he got Traber Burns with 18 lap old tires in third. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
And I am aware that you guys currently see the JCT replay graphic on screen. Just trying to fix something. I don't know why it's not showing the correct paint schemes for drivers. I have tried refreshing trading paints a couple times, and including before the broadcast, and it's still showing some schemes from another JCTV league. Well, another league that runs on JCTV. Our Monday night TNR Truck Series, which heads to Michigan. It's going to be our next broadcast, and I am hoping that I get to race that race. But Trevor Burns, who is the commentator of the race, he is down in Sherman Road. I'm not sure he's going to be able to commentate, and I might have to step in the booth instead of racing, but it's going to be a fun one regardless. Back to green flag racing, though. Steve Moran, huge jump.
Now, I'm not exactly sure where Traber Burns is located, but remember he came and talked before the race and said if it hit 7, he would have to leave. So obviously here on the eastern seaboard, we're nearing 9 o'clock. I'm not sure exactly where Traber is located, so it might be, okay, so we're talking about 6 or so, so he's got an hour and so he should be good on time, but fall back though easily that 5th spot as David Duran though still maintains the lead over Sean Kissney and Michael Wall runs that north straightaway.
Cameron Caldwell in 4th place. Last season's winner, he started all the way back 26th. We are now halfway through this race.
Another one moving up to the field. Jonathan Parker made it inside the top 10 that last run, and is now up to 8th, starting dead last and 33rd. So about 25 spots. That's quite a few spots. A little under about a spot a lap or so was for a while. And, taking his time as the competition seems to pick up. He's just going to easily though, make a move around the hour's curve, and that seems for 7th. So Jonathan Parker is slowly but surely making his way into this battle for the lead. And the more and more we get these cautions, kind of, I don't want to say resets, but that's what they are. And when you stack the field back up, that's going to really allow him to, catch a guy. So far, the new tires, though, are not helping that much. Not a huge shuffle really anywhere. I mean, Ethan Reno restarted 15th on those new tires, and he's only up to about 14th, up one spot. Michael White waiting quite a bit this last couple laps, so new tires so far not playing a huge effect. Moreno slowly on the move.
Tech Moreno was underneath. Ritzmeyer there. He's going to be underneath Mr. CEO of Brett himself, Brian Bogey, and the Little Debbie machine tonight.
Everyone kind of slashing and dicing here. We still got well over 100 miles to go. Maybe not. No, that math is wrong. I'm sorry. A little under 100 miles to go. Let me tell you, I went to Indiana Public. I got an Indiana Public Education line. I was not hired to do math. Matter of fact, I was not hired at all. I just walked in here and someone gave me a microphone. You know what? We'll take it. Can't confirm. We'll take it. Look, the economy's rough out there. Times is rough. I gotta buy my pizza somehow. So, David Duran though is definitely buying some pizza if he continues at this pace. Has led not quite a bit, but finished had the top 3, top 5 for a good majority of this race. So Cameron Caldwell though, they're just talking about up the 4th, up 21 spots. Kraber Burns still maintaining that top 5 spot, just inside at running 5th, although he's been out there for 23 plus laps now. That was with 2 cautions, so fuel is starting to become a bit of an issue. I'm sure it's trying to get inside that window before he pits, but he might have to pit quite a bit earlier than anyone else, and that might come back to bite him in the butt.
Especially with the draft at this track. Again, it's not pack racing, but you still don't want to be out there by yourself because you will lose a ton of time.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 temps, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less a lap, just depending where you're at. So, as Trevor Burns though loses a spot to Alex Kerf and about to lose another to Jonathan Parker, making his way just outside the top 5, made the pass on Trevor Burns in 6th. So Jonathan Parker though, kind of talking about him all night. Started dead last, gonna qualify, said no problem, no worry. Gets here late, rolls it off the trailer, no practice, no problem, and is now making a hard charge on the top 5 or 6 guys here, trying to get the lead.
Jonathan Parker won last night's event. And wherever it was we were last night, Kentucky, in the i9 Designs Anywhere series. He's looking to try to get another win this week on JCTV.
I'm a big JCTV guy. A lot of my wins have come on JCTV. seems guys that do well on JCTV typically are great people, you know.
Yeah, I have to agree.
A lot of good groups out there, a lot of good leagues, good racers, and typically if JCTV is involved in any way, shape, or form, you know you're in for a good time regardless. And something else, we were talking to our pit road, or our pit road, but not pit road, but our in-race reporter, Lance Pocono. He's racing with new sim gloves for the first time tonight. So kind of seeing how that goes for him. I know that's a big storyline in sim racing. Shoes, no socks, no socks, underwear, no underwear, and gloves or not is a question for a lot of guys. So far it's going all right. We're inside definitely in the top 10. We started at 11th last restart. Actually starting to pick up though quite a bit. Brett Bennett holding up a huge pack of Hungry Rainbow. Tripper Burns, Reynolds slides up in the wall, and Dakota Knoll too. These four guys are bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper bump drafting. Trying from the launch for
Oh, man. That was a big wiggle out of Ethan Fonseca Marino.
That could have been ugly for himself and Burns. He got some help going in the corner from Dakota Knoll, so battles all across the track. I mean, if you could see like a map, you would see almost the entire field is on the same straightaway. The only two that are not are Cheryl Tucker, who is on the lead lap with some handily truck by far, and Brandon Hinton, who is 4 laps down. Last truck currently running. Our two DNFs so far tonight, Josh Arnold and Justin Durant. So Justin, I'm assuming, I'm taking a wild guess here. I'm assuming Justin's brother is David. You might know more information on that, Josh. But David Durant currently your leader.
Would you be surprised if I said there's no relation? No, I'm kidding. They are brothers.
No. I was like, currently the whole field, and then Durant sandwich. First to last, you got Durant.
They are brothers. And caution is out. Jacob Locklear.
Ooh, came in second in points. And not what he needed.
Bad camera angle. Couldn't even tell what happened there.
I think I got help from Giovanni Klein. Went up to block, though, late block, and no harm, no foul. Little into the wall with the right front. I don't think it's going to be catastrophic, really. Everyone else did a fantastic job getting on Bob. And now everyone's been out there for about 10 plus laps and kind of want to come down and take tires, and we're inside the pit window barely. I mean, just barely inside the pit window. So gonna be, I can't imagine anyone staying out here. Might see some people come down the pit before we get going green, but.
Well, all right. I know who's going to win Broadcaster of the Day award, and it's not going to be me. That was incredibly stupid. So, anyway, I'm not exactly 100% sure what happened there, but I'm also knowing exactly what happened there, and it turns out that I hit the wrong button. Instead of hitting to go back live, I just completely ended the stream. I quickly realized what I did and restarted the stream, so hopefully there wasn't not like anything missed. It was just a split second, but anyway, David Duran going to win the race off Peter Road, Sean Kissy, Cameron Caldwell, Jonathan Parker, Michael Walls, David Fonseca Marino, Alex Kirkman, Brett Bennett. It's actually Kyle Lamont, William Kemp staying out there.
So, yeah, Kyle Mong, kind of scary situation. Qualified all the way back in 26. Now you're a race leader. He's been out for 10, 13 laps. It's not like everyone's going to come down and get him. Sorry. You have to pit for fuel eventually. And, obviously you don't want to do it in the green, so I don't know exactly what the strat here, what it's cooking, but Kyle is burning it, I will say. William Kemp also electing to stay out. Maybe he didn't take tires. I may or may not be mistaken on what happened there. I'm gonna go back and double check that. No, he stayed out. So William Kemp and Kyle Mon. Here comes William Kemp down pit road. Top off on some knuckle fuel and 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Did they get paid for that? Probably not.
When I get paid for it, sure.
Yeah, well, we'll send an invoice to Goodyear and hope someone figures it out.
I don't know. Is there going to be any type of conflict of interest there with you being an ARC driver using General Tires?
Technically, it's owned by Goodyear.
Oh, okay.
The more you know. They're all owned by Goodyear. Goodyear owns a lot of tires. You'd be surprised. I'm sure some of these guys wish they were on General Tires. I mean, the General Tire is a lot harder to compound. When oh man, it hurts to say past tense. When the ARCA Series race here, typically tire fall off is not a huge deal necessarily. Obviously a bit of a problem, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting though. Just under 30 laps to go. Everyone in theory should be good to go from here on out, except your leader, Kyle Mann. Come on. Sounds like an Avatar character. I think Avatar, or I think Amon was a character in Avatar.
I cannot tell you.
Actually, it was. Yes, he was. I had that correct. Yes, he was the bad guy in The Legend of Korra. Amon. So Kyle Amon, guy from Avatar, The Last Airbender, your leader. It's gonna be him and David Durand on their front row. Going to green here, but coming to 29 laps to go.
And that pace truck is in. Green flag back out. And a huge jump from Cameron Caldwell behind him on. He timed that out perfectly.
Caldwell last season's winner here.
He's going to dive to the inside. Caldwell lost the lead before turn 1.
These two started 25th and 26th. And now up to first and second, here comes David Durand on those fresh tires around Kyle Mon. But look at Cameron Caldwell already snaking, preparing for the draft run. And Jonathan Parker inside the top 5.
David Durand, everyone clear.
Everyone trying to figure out how to get around Kyle Mon. When you got fresh tires, it gets aggravating when they're stuck behind a driver. Not on fresh tires, and a track like this was kind of one lane. So now Moreno's trying to find his way around Kyle, as well as same with Jonathan Parker. Cameron Caldwell to front and center.
And Caldwell shot out a rocket there.
Of washing up. Jonathan Parker trying to find a
contact! Hole. Wow, what a save! I'm not sure which grid truck that was. It was Dakota Knoll.
Dakota Knoll.
It was very slow.
That was contact with Alonso Pocono. With new gloves coming into effect there. That one kind of did a real good job of getting around, checking up, and not wrecking. That could have easily been a 5th caution of the night, but somehow, some way, everyone keeps it going straight.
Like a wall's underneath Kyle Lamont and Fonseca Moreno doing the same.
Everyone trying to kind of figure out where to go, make a hole, melt your way through the competition like a hot knife on butter if you can. But Parker, though, was one of the biggest moves of the night, up 29 spots. Been one of the storylines we've had to watch, now trying to chase down Sean Kissany and for 3rd. But Cameron Caldwell, David Durand, so far these two broken away from Kissany and company. As Kyle Mondo continues to fall back all the way down to 6th, about to get passed by a furious Christian Mahier and Alex Kerfan as well. Actually doing a pretty good job holding him off. Kerfan running a higher line to get a run off the corner as Alex Amon a little bit loose, almost into Christian. And everyone keeps it straight. They're going to go 3 wide across the line. This isn't going in pretty.
Maher going to be clear. He gets ahead of Brett Bennett. Well, I say he was going to be clear. I did not see Kerfan out there. That definitely would not be clear as they make it through turn 2.
Everyone's still trying to sort it out. Their top 7, 8 guys, though. Top 6, 7, 8, 9 guys, single file for the most part, and Cody McCorkle, Kyle Mon trying to duke it out there for that 10th spot. Let me tell you, Kyle Mon is really feeling the fatigue of these tires. I mean, he has been consistently now up in the wall, 5, 6 tenths slower laps than most of the guys around him. So everyone's on an equal playing field except for him. I'm not really sure why he was thinking maybe just wanted to lead some laps. He was able to do so, and now his on-track performance is starting to really hurt. And if this goes green, he's going to have to pit before too long, as he's at about 19, 20 laps out there. Pit window is 32. Green flag laps, I should be able to go for about another 15, maybe 16, 17 laps if I had to guess. But I don't think you're going to be able to stay out there for too long. This keeps going green. Longest run of the night has been 19 and 7/8 of a lap.
Sean Kissany taking a peek underneath David Rand 4P2. Just a peek is all.
Kissany and Durant have done a real good job working together, along with Jonathan Parker, who is now trying to make a move on 3rd on Kissany. He's going clear, barely, not quite going into 2 down the north straightaway. Kissany has the high side advantage, not quite able to get a run, gets a little bit loose to let out of the gas. So let Michael Walls make an attempt as well, but Jonathan Parker, the 3rd, I was about to say they've done a really good job working together, Durand and Kissany, to catch up to Cameron Caldwell, and Jonathan Parker went there and ruined the party like a kid who wasn't invited to the party, showing up and eating all the pizza. But I was that kid. But Sean Kissany now fading a little bit all the way back to 5th.
Now Fonseca Moreno right there, wanting to get around Sean Kissany. Moreno pulls to the inside. He's going to slide in front of Sean Kissany. Kissany stays in line.
everyone's kind of duking it out. Sean and Kisney still in that 6th position though now. Moreno in front of him. This is probably, I think, the lowest Kisney has been in terms of equal green flag runs. And everyone, not counting pit strategy, everyone's on an equal playing field. Kisney's been inside the top 5 almost every single lap. So.
Caldwell still leading this race. David Rand P2. Jonathan Parker 3rd. Walls, Moreno 4th and 5th. Nice shot there of top 6 drivers as they come through turn 1.
Everyone's still kind of in a big pack. I mean, Tristan Mahir, Kerfan, Kisney, Morano, Michael Walls, Jonathan Barker, David Duran, Caldwell, your top 8 guys all within a pack, and about a second half behind them is Brett Bennett leading the big pack of Hungry Hippos at about 10 or so trucks. After getting past, it's Cody McCorkle passing him to Armistead. Side by side, a little bit of contact. That's going to allow launch to count 3 wide. Armistead, Jamie Wright into the wall. Christian Mellon having a check up. Here comes Ryan Bogey making a move down the middle 3 wide. I mean, these guys are slicing and dicing them back here. Jamie Wright now making a run around Bogey. I mean, that was about 3 seconds of craziness. Here comes Andrew Elias down pit road. We might be seeing some green flag pit stops. They might not be good on fuel. Elias, one of the first ones to come on down. Dakota Knoll is going to go ahead and park it for the night as well. Andrew Elias down pit road. Same as Kyle Amon. I don't know if they thought they weren't going to make it. By my math, they would have been just barely short or barely good, but instead of saving, maybe come down, tap new rubber on and see what everyone else does. Here comes the leader across the finish line now. And Elias and Amon actually came out kind of close to each other, only about under a second half apart, so they should be able, if they're able to play it smart, draft together. They're about 17
3 wide for the race lead. Sorry to cut you off. David Rand on the bottom. Jonathan Parker middle. Cameron Caldwell top. They're going to go 3 wide tunnel turn. That's not going to work. Caldwell backs out of it. But now he's going to get behind David Rand, trying to go low. Still side by side is Durand and Parker for the race lead. Here comes Micah Walls with Ethan Fonseca Moreno pushing him.
Drafting has been the key to success all night, having some teammates to work with. But Jonathan Parker getting a run off of turn 3, trying to lead his first laps of the night. And lap 62, give it to Jonathan Parker from dead last to first. That's all it took him. And finally, David Duran, though, trying to make a comeback. Michael Walls on the outside, too. A little bit of some working going together, teamwork going together there. I don't know their teammates, but side by side though, through on down to the long pond straightaway.
Cameron Caldwell going to tuck in a line between Ethan Fonseca Moreno and Michael Walls. David Rand still holding on to the bottom of Jonathan Parker. And they're going to be tight contact between the two. Parker gets into the wall. He gets down into Cameron Caldwell. And Kurt Van Loose and Jonathan Parker. Ton of damage now. He's on the apron, pulling back onto the track. That might be a race ender for Jonathan Parker.
Big damage also to Kerfan. I think Parker's coming down pit road. He is. Jonathan Parker goes from first to effectively race over for him. Unless a couple of cautions comes out, I mean, I think that's going to be it for Parker. I mean, misses his stall too, might as well shoot himself in the footwise at it. That whole series of unfortunate events that does allow Micah Walls from 12th. Been running to the top 10 most of the second half of the race. Allow him to take the lead. David Duran, though, trying to fight back from that contact with Parker. Currently second, though, but currently third, trying to steal second from Ethan Moreno.
And
Parker,
Moreno
though,
is going to clear. Moreno is going to clear David Durand. Now let's see if Ethan Fonseca Moreno can close in on Michael Walls. David Durand actually going to bump draft Ethan Fonseca Moreno down the front straightaway. That will help Moreno to close in on Walls.
So Jonathan Parker does go a lap down on the pitch. Still in there. Ivan is going back and looking at it, trying to decide what he's going to do, how he's going to play his cards in this one. So everyone's still nothing crazy after that. Like no one else has pitted outside of Elias and Kyle Amon. So I don't know if everyone's good on fuel, and Andrew's kind of ditching donuts under caution that we didn't see him burn a little bit more fuel. But Michael Wall is out front, kind of pulling away though, over half second to Ethan Moreno.
Last time by, Moreno was just half a tenth faster than Michael Walls.
He's slowly catching up there. So Michael Walls might have burned up his stuff, but also he's got help from Moreno has help from David Durand. I mean, these two are kind of going at it, but also they realize how valuable working together can be. As now, look at a huge run coming off of 2. Down the Long Pond straight, coming, off of 1, going into 2. I mean, just closed up 3-4 tenths like it was nothing. And that's going to allow his top 3, though, to get bumper to bumper, as they have really pulled away, though, from Cameron Caldwell, who was running 4th.
Top 3 all under a blanket. Even Fonseca Moreno wants to make a move. Michael Wall's going to block. Now Moreno pulls down to the inside.
Michael Wall is doing the high side. Try to get the run off the corner of the fin. Doesn't get the draft to Moreno. Moreno sliding up. Not quite making contact, but try and put some side check on Michael Wall. David Durand, though, behind both of them. He's going to have to pick and choose which one he has to help. So far, he's behind Michael Wall. Moreno with the run, trying to clear before they get to the corner. They do not. Still side by side. Michael Wall is fading back a little bit. Back to the quarterback. Going to get that high side advantage as Moreno slides up a little bit. Michael Wall so far with a door advantage over Ethan Fonseca. Moreno coming through 3. We are just under 13-14 laps to go, and they're trying to settle it now.
Oh, two guys that know each other very well. It's Walls and Moreno. Not teammates in this series, but they are competitors, friends. They have a lot of history between the two. Michael Walls, driver for JBM. Fonseca Moreno, driver for PBR. David Rand, of course, Radius Racing driver, just behind.
Durand kind of having to pick and choose and goes to Michael Walsh for the bump. And contact! Still spinning, still wrecking, still pushing. Michael Walsh finally around. I mean, it wasn't that catastrophic. He had it saved, it looked like, and Moreno just kept driving into him. I don't know, I mean, obviously you're going at speed, it's hard to, hit the brakes and check up, but never really gave Michael Walsh a chance to get it straight. And, I mean, Michael did a great job of locking it down and getting pointed in the right direction. A little contact with the wall, but nothing too crazy. Actually maintains a spot inside the top 10. David Durand, though, comes out the leader with all that. That was going a little too calm for inside 15 to go. So we have our 5th caution of the night.
I have to think that pit road is going to be very busy. I think based off what we've seen before, nobody's really going to be staying out here. Now, Kyle Amon, Andrew Elias, 9 laps was last time they were down pit road. I still don't know if they stay out.
I think they might. If I know Andrew the way I know Andrew, I know he's a gambling man. You know, he's a points leader. He's currently all the way back in 27th. So you got 10 laps to go. You know, he might be able to stay on out on the 7 8 lap old tires and, you know, fall back to 10th to 15th, but that's a lot better than he would have been in 27th. So I think Andrew's going to stay out here. Kyle, I don't know, we've seen him stay out before. So I can see these two lows starting side by side, and that might really shuffle things up. So here comes the field down pit road. Nobody's staying out yet. Everyone coming on in like it's a free Waffle House. Harold Tucker, though, that's a car to see currently staying out. He's 1 lap down. And, yep. Kyle Amon stays on out. Same with Andrew Elias. So,
Oh, David Durant slides through his pit box. He's got to back it up. Big mistake. He still isn't in his box. Still backing up. He is now going to position himself. David Duran, that might be what costs him the win. Curfan, fuel only. He's off and away, and now a very busy exit on pit road.
Yeah, Duran's losing a lot of spots here. Someone that also came off of pit road, Jonathan Parker, had just came off before the caution came on out, so he is going to be good to go. 5 laps down, though. But David Durant losing a ton of real estate that he fought hard to get. And this is going to be one of the biggest challenges for him all night long. See if he can get up to the front just inside 10 laps to go when we get going here. I mean, he is way, way in the back. I mean, he's probably going to be 16th, 17th here. That's pretty, threw that one away. With 10th in points coming into tonight, only one top 10 finish, looking for a good points run.
They scored 19.
So yeah, that's not the points run he was looking for at all. And hadn't led laps all season, was finally up front tonight. And definitely going to hurt him quite a bit as well. I mean, look at the points are going to get shuffled up quite a bit. Jacob Locklear, 2nd points. Currently down in 21st. This still has to cycle as they go cross line they're choosing. Andrew Elias, though, out front right now on old tires. Brett Bennett, 3rd in points. Going to cycle through 10th in that one. Curfan was kind of involved. Quite a bit of accidents. His right rear is a little messed up, but he's running inside that 3rd spot right now. As Elias electing to choose the outside. We've noticed a lot of the leaders electing to choose the outside, although Elias was not the leader. Kyle Amon was. So he chose the bottom. Elias to the outside. Those two on about 7, 8 green flag apple tires. And then everyone else has freshies pretty much behind them. Rear going to go green here, coming to 9 to go. They're going down the long pond straightaway. I don't know about you, Josh, but I think this is going to be a pretty good race to the finish.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I don't think this is it. I don't think they're done wrecking.
You don't think so? I mean, we have no quick repairs, so if we have a big one, we have a big one. And at that point, I mean, anything can happen. So we still have 28 trucks on the lead lap. 30 trucks out there. Parker, 5 laps down on 30th, and Brandon Hinton, 3 laps down at 29th. There are only 2 trucks running. And then Dakota Knoll, Josh Arnold, and Justin Durand, they're 2 DNFs. So David Durand, another one that's faded. We were just talking about him all the way down to 19th. We had a Durand sandwich going on there for a little bit, but it's Kyle Amon, Andrew Elias out front, coming to 9 laps to go on the Tricky Triangle.
And this is where things get interesting, and the old saying goes, golden belts tight. One more time, Pace Truck is in the field in the hands of Kyle Amon. Green flag back out, and what a jump the bottom guy.
Andrew Elias didn't really have anything to answer there. He's going to lose second out. Kerfan barely, not quite clear yet, but going into one that Kerfan clears Andrew Relias. Now he's got Ethan Fonseca Moreno looking below him. Relias might be able to get a run off the bottom. They're going to go staggered 3 for a second. Coming through 1. Moreno stuck behind. Kerfan, little bumper tag. That's going to slow them both up. And here comes Andrew Relias in the bumper. Trash to power him on. Currently their leader through turn 2.
Going to be 3 wide. Oh, Cameron Caldwell on the outside. Going to make it work. Tristan Maher to the outside of Ethan Fonseca Moreno.
So Andrew Relias making a run for in second, making a run for the lead. Kalaman, a little bubble out of him. That's going to allow Andrew to really close that bubble in the tire tracks, getting the draft. Now looking on the bottom, just past the start-finish line. Andrew Relias side by side for the lead. We're 8 laps to go, looking for it. Going on the bottom, going to hug that yellow line. Here comes, oh, contact for second. That's Cameron Caldwell. Everyone's, no, they're going to spin, and that's going to be a caution. Andrew Relias, their leader, as we are wrecking 6 caution tonight. Andrew Relias, your leader.
And Ethan Fonseca Moreno had a huge run off of turn 1 as well. Caution came out just before he could get underneath Andrew Relias.
Yeah, I think he definitely would have inherited it there. I mean, he was going about 3 to 4 miles an hour quicker than Relias was, so. And did a good job avoiding that wreck, too. I mean, I believe that's Alonso getting involved. Giovanni Klein did an awesome job taking advantage of that, making up 5, 6, 7 spots, but.
Oracle, Jeffrey Armistead, Dawson Allen, Trevor Burns. And just so many drivers involved in that one.
Half the field and their grandmas. So Andrew Relias was their leader. I mean, a lot older rubber compared to the rest of the field. Gonna go green though if I had to guess, but probably 5 or so to go.
Caldwell collected in that accident just a little bit. He might be all right though. Can't see the right front of his truck very well. I think it's fine.
So, I mean, Andrew, who would have thought Andrew Relias, though, going for a second win of the season, came tonight your points leader. 10th last week at Rockingham, 11th at Daytona, and 1. Started first, finished first at Vegas week 2. Led a little bit of the race and leading the laps till night, though. Trying to pull a cat out of the hat here. He was very quick in practice and qualifying. Started this race 5th. So, the older rubbers gonna be exciting to see how that one comes into effect. I mean, his times weren't that far off. I was able to go catch down Kyle Amon and take the lead. He was also on older rubber and probably wouldn't have been able to hold off Ethan Fonseca Moreno, but wouldn't have faded back necessarily, I don't think, outside the top 5, definitely the top 10. And now he's, got a fighting chance to hopefully they can wreck again, be going green white checker territory, and that's a whole different story.
Assuming that we do have green light checkers turned on tonight. Cough, cough.
Yeah, this can definitely get started. tell you, if you're the tire guy for Andrew Elias' team, you're absolutely loving it. Because even though unlimited tires were on, I don't think he's pitted more than 2 or 3 times compared to the rest of the field. So Elias, so trying to do a little pit strategy, a little gamble wamble here. And looking at the session settings, we do have 3 green, white, checkered attempts if we need them. There's also a time limit, which we're an hour and a half low from hitting, so we should be okay there. Andrew Elias electing to the bottom. That's going to put Ethan Fonseca Moreno to his outside. Cameron Caldwell behind Elias. Tristan Maher, as we're going to extend the restart for something. Not sure. Someone stopped on the track somewhere. I don't know what happened. They're going to manually shorten this caution though. There's going to be 4 laps to go when we get going here. So just at 10 miles. Josh, who you taking here?
I'm going to go with Ethan Fonseca Moreno. He's got the fresher tires. He's on the front row. Just got to time this restart perfectly.
Last year's champ, definitely a good pick. This is a bit, don't call me crazy. I want to go with Andrew. I love Andrew. Great guy. I don't think he's going to be able to hold off, Moreno or Cameron Caldwell. But my pick is none other than Brett D. Bennett there in 6. Crazy, I know. But I got hope. 3rd in points. Looking for that first win. Finished 2nd at Daytona. Was so close there at Daytona. I think tonight's his night.
I think you're crazy. We're going to restart with 4 laps to go.
Get ready to go. Brett Bennett in 6. That's who I'm rooting for. I'm not saying I'm Brett Bennett.
Base truck is in. Andrew Elias leading us to the green. Caldwell timing it. Great job out of Cameron Caldwell timing that restart. Everybody fanning down.
Able to clear Moreno. So you can see defense. So here comes Tristan Maher though on the bottom. Going to slide up, and Ethan barely no contact there. Ethan almost in the wall. That's going to slow his advance. So Andrew Elias still out front, holding off a hard charge to Cameron Caldwell. Now to the bottom of the block as they go through turn 2. Andrew Elias though, still your leader, coming to 3 laps to go.
Tristan Maher trying to play spoiler in this as well. I'm impressed with Andrew Elias holding his own up there. Off turn 3, 3 laps to go in the Guardian Pocono pursuit.
These guys on these fresher tires just beating and banging the absolute living life out of each other. That's allowed Elias to pull up. But look at the run Ethan Fonseca Moreno has on the high side. Oh, the back bumper. That's Cameron Caldwell. Almost spun Elias out. That's going to check both of them up. Moreno to the back bumper, though. Using that high side. Andrew Elias having to block. Still blocking. And finally, Ethan Fonseca Moreno gets a hole on the bottom. This might be the end of Andrew Elias' reign.
Ethan's clear for the lead.
Ethan Fonseca Moreno to the lead. Coming to 2 laps to go. Elias.
Contact between Caldwell and Bennett.
Tristan Maher taking advantage of that contact to steal the 3rd position. We can't know. He's going to give a push to Cameron Caldwell. I'm going to tell you Fonseca Moreno. I just combined about every one of his names there. And it's really pulling away, though. Andrew Elias still in 2nd. Into the wall, though. That's really going to hurt him here. That's going to allow Cameron Caldwell, Brett Bennett, and Tristan Maher to get a huge run on Elias through the long pond straightaway. Going through the short chute, get right into now. Elias, though, still trying to play the defense. Ethan Fonseca Moreno looking to get the white flag. Well over half a second lead. Over a second. Coming out of turn 2, looking at the white flag. He's gonna get there. 1 lap to go, presented by someone. And Ethan Fonseca Moreno.
Tristan Maher got into the wall. Oh, gonna get into the wall again!
Are they gonna fade back? Lost quite a few spots there, though. Ethan Fonseca Moreno, less than a mile and a half to go, though. He's got a second half gap. The battle for second is on, though, between Brett Bennett and Andrew Elias. These two in a tight points battle, though, for the lead. Cameron Caldwell looking to be the spoiler here. Slides up. Oh, behind them, they're going to stack up big, though. That's Giovanni Klein into the wall. Jamie Wright. So Brett Bennett, though, steals that second spot over Andrew Elias. Here comes Ethan Fonseca Moreno through turn 3. He's going to get the win. So the Season 4 champion is finally going to take home a win here tonight for the battle for second. It's going to go to Brett Bennett, Andrew Elias in third, Caldwell fourth, Jamie Wright in fifth. Barely holds off at Giovanni Klein, our sergeant. Michael Walsh, Jurgensmeyer, Sean Kissinger, pole sitter, was up front for most of this one, fell back late in the race, and William Kemp, who I think was in almost every single caution tonight, finishing 10th.
How about the driver making his oh!
That beef?
I don't think that was intentional. But that was kind of really bad timing for me to go ahead and start saying, how about the driver making his debut tonight, Giovanni Klein. Because Giovanni Klein made some contact with Michael Walters.
I mean, he was up there going for a podium spot. This is top 5 in the end of the race. So
Michael Walsh telling Ethan congrats, as well as Jonathan Parker. Jonathan Canfield as well. Ethan Fonseca Moreno liked by so many. Fonseca Moreno burning it down.
Andrew Elias on his old tires did everything he could, though, to stay up front and steal that one. Brett Bennett, so close, though. My pick there brings home second. I mean, Ethan Fonseca Moreno built a huge gap, 2 seconds over 4 laps. I mean, it's pulled away from everyone. I mean, no one's ready to clash the field tonight. They're the same 5 or 6 guys, and he definitely got shuffled up there at the end of that one.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our unofficial race results. Ethan Fonseca Moreno taking the win. Brett Bennett second. Andrew Elias third. Cameron Caldwell fourth. Jamie Wright fifth. Giovanni Klein sixth. Michael Walsh seventh. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer eighth. Sean Kissinger 9th, William Kemp brings it home 10th.
Christopher Melton started way back in 29th, bringing it home 11 up 18 spots. Nathan Lehman recovers from all of that damage. 12th, Alonso Chicano are in the race reporter. 13th, David Duran led quite a bit of this one. 14th, Jeffrey Armistead, everyone's hero. And 15th, Traber Burns. 16th, Jonathan Canfield. 17th, Alex Turfan. 18th, Cody McCorkle in 19th, and Harold Tucker III rounding out your top 20.
21st goes to Shane O'Neill, Jacob Locklear 22nd, Michael White 23rd, 24th, Dawson Allen, Stephen Thornton 25th, Ryan Oakey 26th, Tristan Maher 27th, Brandon Hinton 3 laps down, 28th. Jonathan Parker, 4 laps down, 29th. And 7 laps down, Kyle Lamont in 30th.
So everyone else below, Mom was one of the last ones on the track running. Actually, I don't think he was technically running, but Dakota Knoll, 23 laps down, 31st. Josh Arnold, 51 laps down in 32nd. And Justin Durand, given the damage after that lap 3 checkup with Lehman, I believe, brings it home dead last, 78 laps down. So not the run he was looking for. Everyone's still kind of out here celebrating. Why is burning it down, and actually underneath Ethan Fonseca Moreno, give him a free rectal exam. You better charge for that. That goes for a premium at hospitals nowadays. I believe we call it the colonoscopy. And Jonathan Barker also out here celebrating his hard-earned 29th place finish. That was a joke, Jonathan Barker. Don't kill me.
So we're going to go ahead and bring in our third place finisher. And first of all, Andrew Elias, you had a really good race out there tonight. And then coming towards the end, it didn't look like things were going to be in your favor, but you stayed out and was somehow holding off a lot of the field. So, I mean, how'd you do it?
I raced really aggressively, so I really hope I didn't cause any of the incidents that were in like the last 10 laps. So if I did, I apologize, like Kyle and all of them. So, I mean, you guys are in a better position. Did I cause any of those wrecks?
I don't believe so.
I can't recall a single moment.
Are you lying to me, Brayton?
I'm definitely not lying to my
Dude, if you're lying to me and I
Andrew.
watch the replay later, my feelings are going to be so hurt.
All we're gonna say is it was a good, hard racing out there for a good top 5 position. We just want to say to anyone listening, any drivers at home listening who have any requests about incidents, please submit them to the Discord. Review request.
Oh no. Well, good talking to you, Brayton and Josh. Glad you guys are here. I really thought I threw the race away, but I'll take a top 5.
Well, not just top 5, but a third place finish. And, I mean, this just continues to add to the incredible starts of the season that you have had. Of course, a win at Las Vegas a few weeks ago, and then, finishing third here tonight. Just, I mean, did you see this at the start of the season to be in this position and be the points leader?
No, I didn't see it, but I mean, a lot of people have been having bad luck. Like Justin, he's been having the worst luck this year. Cam's been forgetting how to shift. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that I'm only up ahead of them because of their bad luck, and there's a lot of races left, so, there's a lot of time to close the gap.
All right, well, who gets it done for you? Who do you have to thank?
Probably Truck. But yeah, and honestly, if I did wreck like Kyle or anybody, I really do apologize. If you I thought I was clear, but if I did cause that, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, congrats on the podium finish, and we'll see you next week at the Daytona Road Course.
I think so.
Andrew Elias, our third place finisher there, driver of the number 44 truck. Brayton, I believe you have our somehow second place finisher, Brett Bennett.
Brett Bennett, everyone's favorite field filler, is going to be their second place finish on the season. One spot shy of getting it done. What little bit more did you need to beat Ethan Fonseca Moreno?
Well, I needed to not get stuck in just a knife fight with like 5 different trucks on that restart. He was able to get clear of Andrew, and then everybody else was battling behind him, and he was just able to check out. I honestly don't think I had anything for him all night. I thought I was solidly probably back half a top 10 truck all day. Don't think I really had anything for the win. And then I finally, which for me is big, nailed a bunch of restarts towards the end of the race and was able to get up there and come away with second. So take that, take the points, and move on next week.
Yeah, speaking of points, we were just talking to Andrew. He didn't really expect to be this high up in points, let alone the points leader after 4 races. You should be second, and you're going to close that gap just a little bit. You came in 16 below him, going to close that gap just a little bit, I believe, on him. I mean, did you expect after 4 races to be right here, just a couple points out of the lead?
I thought I was going to be a lot better this season. Last year, I was like just outside the playoff cut line all season, and then got in the last race, finally got below it. This year, I feel like I've continued to improve, and I feel like I should be winning races by now, but that's going to come. But yeah, I'm very happy where I am. I think I'm hoping I don't have to deal with the stress towards the end of the regular season trying to be in a playoff battle. Hopefully I can just focus on continuing to have good points days and just have fun out there. Next week's going to be terrible because it's a road course, so I'm not going to have a good time there, but hopefully we can get good points out of that anyway. But trying to work on and get better at that, but not my strong suit.
Yep, going for a championship this season. Brett Bennett, who do you want to thank?
I got to thank Strigley Stats, all of SBLD, especially Andrew. Now he's not part of SBLD in here anymore, but it's been him. It's good being Jeffrey in the chat tonight. Dawson was out there. Shane was out there. Jeffrey had a pretty good race. Just didn't seem like he kind of got caught up in one of those late incidents. I think he said he got ARCA braked. So thank you, Josh, JCTV, for broadcasting. It's just a lot of fun out there. Strigley Stats, as always. Valley Fire Department, Smeal Fire Apparatus. Yeah.
All right, congratulations on your second place finish. Hopefully we're able to see you in victory lane soon. Hopefully it's next week. You mentioned road course is not their forte, but that's Brett Bennett, everyone's favorite field filler, coming home second tonight.
And I don't have our race winner. I've messaged him. He has sent a message in the PBR Discord, which of course I am the team owner of. Ethan Fonseca Moreno being a PBR driver.
Oh, tell him we got some team orders for him.
Yeah, I mean, there he is. Okay. There's our race winner, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. First of all, congrats on the win.
Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, sir.
So, you were running up front, and we discovered a little bit later after you guys that there were unlimited tire sets. You came down pit road and was in the back after a lot of drivers stayed out. What was it like trying to work your way back up through the field?
Yes, sir. I did not realize. I had thought at first that it was 30 laps to go, but it was 40 laps to go. So, yeah, we were only able to go like 32 laps on fuel, so that was the call right there. But I mean, you know what? It worked out. I won the race. It's not because of the strategy, but I mean, it was kind of interesting getting to the front. It's just a lot of, I'm gonna say, a lot of slower guys to pass. So, yeah, it made it quite a bit interesting there to get back to the front. But yeah, when I got to the front, things became more interesting. I saw what happened to JP, so I had to make sure I went to go win that race for him.
Last restart, things got really interesting. You started on the outside, and Cameron Caldwell actually timed the restart perfectly. He was to your inside, and you guys were battling. There was just chaos out there, and some weird things continued to happen. What was it like just working through all that and trying to stay calm to keep chasing after the lead that was right in front of you?
Yeah, Cam and David were pretty aggressive. So, yeah, it's just about making smart moves to get around them. I knew the top lane was kind of there, especially in the short run. It had just a little bit, just enough grip to stick on the outside and get a run off the corner. So, that was what I was working with there, and it worked. It worked. The draft definitely helped to get me side by side with Cam there, and yeah. Once I got past him, I knew I pretty much I pretty much had it won. Just needed to, make it a little aggressive move to get past Andrew. He wasn't gonna make it easy, so yeah, good racing there by them. Yeah, just happy it got it done.
All right, well, sponsor shout outs. Who gets it done behind that winning number 29?
JCTV. I gotta thank PBR again, taking me back for another season. Gonna try to go win another championship this season. So I'm glad that was it, second race this season for me. Got a win already, so that's one step closer to making it back to back.
All right, congrats on the win, and we'll see you next week at the Daytona Road Course.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Your race winner, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. So, Brayton, first of all, thank you for joining me in the booth. You've attempted to be out on track last couple of races, but tonight being up here with me, I know your schedule is about to get pretty busy. But is there any race that on the schedule that you have kind of circled that you hope to make an appearance at anytime soon?
In terms of the Blazer Sim Racing, yeah, it's a fun league. I am fairly new to it and was introduced to it at Vegas a couple weeks ago, where we're running just inside the top 10 when we got taken out due to a wreck. I would love to obviously compete as many as I can. Just a great group of guys, but Bristol coming up in 4 or 5 weeks. It's gonna be a good one to compete at, and hopefully we can make an appearance there. Same with Talladega in early April, but I don't know. I'm not a huge road course guy. Not big turning left and right, but always you shoot for some Daytona road course before I go racing at Daytona in a couple weeks.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun if you do end up racing at the Daytona Road Course. It won't be the kind of Daytona race you'll be getting ready for in a few weeks, like you said, but just will be pretty interesting out there to see how you fare against some of these road course ringers. Tristan Maher, Cameron Caldwell, to name a couple, but yeah, I think it's going to be pretty exciting coming up in the near future. And he's not going to say anything. I'm not expecting to talk to him or anything. Somebody just joined the voice chat, and it just reminded me that I was supposed to do something. So he's probably going to kill me later because I forgot to do it. But I was supposed to be showing a graphic either earlier in the race or now about our upcoming week schedule. And I don't have it prepared, even though I pinned the message in our chat, so I specifically would get it here. So, Adam, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. And I feel like he just is...
Well, be heard it here first, folks. Joshua Copperell will go missing by Wednesday evening, and hand over JCTV duties to others.
Yeah, probably Dawson. Dawson is like our second-hand man, but... No, Adam says it's okay. But yeah, coming up on JCTV on Monday night, our next race is the TNR Series, 8 p.m. at Michigan. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday night, Slide Job Racing League heads to Homestead Miami Speedway at 8:45 p.m. The DI9 Designs Anywhere Series visits Daytona, which will be the Oval Super Speedway on Friday, February 9th, and then the track crew immediately has to turn around and get it set up for the road course for the next night for the Blazer Sim Racing AMSOIL Truck Series, which visits 7:45 p.m. Eastern Saturday night. That's what's upcoming on JCTV. Still plenty of action that you can find. So thanks everybody for watching and all the amazing support that we get. Big shout out to Brayton Laster for joining me. And if you don't know who Brayton is, he's a pretty cool guy that just happens to be an ARCA driver. And in a couple weeks, we heard it, you can watch him on Fox Sports 1 take on the ARCA Daytona, what is it, 200?
It's something like that. We got 53 cars going for 40 spots, so we gotta hope we make our way into the show to begin with and go for a win if we can.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to watch that race, and really hoping to see some pretty cool results out of that. But on behalf of Brayton Laster and the entire outstanding crew at JCTV, I'm Joshua Coppernoll signing off, saying so long. We'll see you next time.
It's all I can afford right now. When it struggles to start, no, it won't turn over. But he was laughing when I signed the deal. The distance between point A and the end of the day, it feels like forever. Well, maybe I'm just asleep at the wheel, running on empty. Gas ain't cheap. Can't change the tail light. There's something